Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Nathan Harris. I'm the Director of Education over at EGSA. Joining us today is Danny Fisher, President and VP of Operations from DynaTech. Danny, thank you for joining us.
How's it going, Nate?
So the first thing I wanted to talk about is basically, can you give us a brief description of what DynaTech Generators does?
Yeah, so DynaTech is a generator service company that also distributes equipment in the central Pennsylvania area. So we focus on generators and automatic transfer switches, but we stick inside our lane of generator maintenance, generator service, preventive maintenance, selling units, and also renting generators as well.
Oh, great. So can you tell us what kind of work you're doing right now to help your current customers in the area?
Yeah, so customers in the area that have specific needs around COVID-19, municipalities, hospitals, and we do have a military reserve facility near us that we've been helping out. It's actually serving as a quarantine unit for people, and they've had emergency equipment needs, service needs, and we've been taking care of them. In regards to hospitals, municipalities, it's more business as normal. It's just we have to have our game together in regards to preventive maintenance, making sure we send a technician, making sure we resolve everything in as few visits as possible, just to prevent any excess exposure.
So another question I wanted to touch base with you about is how is the COVID-19 pandemic affecting your project management team?
Yeah, so it's certainly a challenge. Throughout the process of getting a generator installed, you have to have every small step of the process running and efficient to actually get the unit installed. One specifically that we've run into some challenges with and we've been able to overcome is with permitting. So what we've been doing is really just working with our permitting people, the ones that are requesting these permits, saying that they're for an emergency business. It's a necessary business and that we need to get these generators installed, and often they're accommodating our needs, and we're able to get these projects done. You know, I think in our business, equipment is where it'll put you in a bad position with cash. So that's where you need to really have your I's dotted and your T's crossed in regards to how you're managing your cash and how you're getting these equipment projects out the door, so you're not stuck with invoices without getting it in the front end.
Now, what exactly is DynaTech doing to help keep your customers and, more importantly, your own team safe during these times?
Yeah, so you know, we've distributed PPE to our technicians in regards to face masks, gloves, anything we can. We haven't been sending out any teams of technicians. If we do require a two-man job, we've been sending them in different vehicles. You know, I think the biggest thing we can do for our customers at this time is just be flexible, whether it's scheduling needs specifically. A lot of them are working on limited staffs or swing shifts, and just our flexibility to meet their schedule has allowed us to keep our revenue and our business running. I think that's the best way we've been taking care of them, of just listening, being organized in our work, communicating internally well, and really just being on our game so they don't have to worry about generators during this time.
Now, your staff specifically, the office staff, how are they getting through all this?
Yeah, so our internal office staff, they're all working remotely except our leadership team and our parts team. So our parts guy needs to receive parts and move and stage and set up our technicians for success. And then we just have a member of our leadership team in the office. So to do that requires a lot of communication. You know, I probably communicate, we've been communicating more than we have when we're meeting in our office. I feel that everyone's tied to their phones, connected at the hip. We've been leveraging services like Teams to keep that communication going. And I think that's the software has allowed us to keep our team safe. And you know, for some of our employees that are at high risk, you know, just constantly communicating, seeing where they're coming from, what's worrying them. We did have 2 employees that were traveling globally, and we had to put them in a quarantine and keep them isolated, and just communicating, I think is what you need to do in a time like this.
Yeah, the constant communication is one of the key factors in keeping business running as usual during this time. Now, what would you say, what advice would you give to EGSA members for prepping for this kind of incident in the future? I mean, I know you can't, we can't know this kind of thing is going to happen, but just kind of overall future preparation, what can you recommend?
I would recommend EGSA members, it's often tough to make the decision to invest in your infrastructure, in your software, in your systems, in your processes. In these tough times is when inefficiencies in your processes come to fruition. The customers start seeing them. Your redundancy is challenged. So invest in cross-training, invest in system software, invest in actually understanding how you do what you do. And you just have so much more flexibility when these kinds of crises hit.
Thank you so much. Danny, that's all I have for you. thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm sure our other members are going to get a lot of good information out of this.
Yeah. Thank you, Nate.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.